Good morning. I hope that you are doing well this morning, enjoying your favorite cup of coffee, your favorite cup of tea, or depending on when you are watching this video, maybe you are already on your bottle of water. I hope so. I find that I'm needing more water these days because I'm doing a lot of walking with my weighted vest, but that is not the topic of today's video. The topic of today's video is really some thoughts that are coming up for me from yesterday's live workshop, Turn What You Know into a Template. So, a couple of things just off the top. Um, I am so humbled. I was excited about the workshop. To me, the title just resonates and it feels so good. I did not realize how much people needed this topic. So here's what the number breakdown is. I had about 250 people that registered for the workshop. And in years past, I have Zoom, but I also paid for the webinar. And the webinar part, I think, is like $70 a month. And I was like, you know what? I don't need that anymore. And so I canceled it. So now I just pay the annual Zoom rate. Well, that allows me 100 people in the room. And that's important for you to know. So 250 people registered. And typically I get 50% show rate, maybe a little less. And I was going to put something in the email about that, like make sure you get there. But I was like, with all of the marketing that's out there, that's going to sound like this scarcity that I don't like. It doesn't align with me and I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I didn't say anything. Well, yesterday I hyped myself with some jammin' tunes and I opened the room about 5 minutes before we were to start. And I had some music going for the folks that were just kind of hanging out with me initially. And I think I overhyped myself because I got so excited. Initially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 18, 20. And then I just kept hitting admit all, admit all, admit all. And we had at one point when I looked up, there were 89 people in the room. I had multiple Zoom room pages. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've never had that before. So that was like, it made me nervous that many people wanted the information or that I was speaking to that many people. I started getting really nervous because I'm an introvert, believe it or not. I'm a combination, probably introvert, extrovert. So thank goodness I had my slides. Thank goodness I had gone through that slide deck like 10 times. And in the beginning of the workshop, I was shaky just because I was nervous and because people kept wanting to get into the room. And at some point, I said, I can't look at that number anymore. I need to focus on the slides that are here. I'm focusing on the people that are here. And I can't do anymore. Like this is what I can focus on and what I can do. And so I did the workshop, and there was a point when I released that expectation and all of that tech, and I started to get into a flow. I got into a flow because I've literally sold a low ticket template now for 6 years. Because I'm an introvert, because I keep my numbers to myself, all of this information to me, these are all things that I have, it's worked. What hasn't worked, I've success. Uh, I don't call them failures. I call them areas of opportunity. Skinned my knees, triumph on Mount Everest, all the way to, oh my gosh, the funnel broke. What am I going to do? And so it was really easy and it felt so comfortable to be in that flow. It felt comfortable to share the knowledge that I have been working on for the past 6 years. And yesterday was not perfect. Like I said, very shaky in the beginning. Then I got into a flow. At the very end, because yes, I do have a product, it's called Low Ticket Designer. And at the end, when I switched over to share Low Ticket Designer, I'm going to be honest and say that has always been a hard transition for me, with the exception of yesterday. Yesterday's transition into low ticket designer, I literally shared with everybody the knowledge to template AI powered generator that I've created. And what's interesting is it's literally my brain on the screen. Like, you get my brain. And I am a business owner who is very in tune to really enhancing the customer experience. I send a lot of videos. Um, and so the idea that I can share with you how I think about a template, the information that I would include in a template, was amazing to me. And it really got me excited that I could share this with my room that I had. And they literally, if they chose to purchase, they literally could take it and they could actually implement it and get the work done. Because isn't it always been the case up to this point where you buy courses and you're watching all the videos, but you have to stop and now, how am I going to do that? Friends, with AI, like, it's not watch all the videos. How am I going to do that? It's literally, here is my brain. This is how you can do it. It asks you 3 questions and it gives you all the content. It doesn't matter if it's Trello, Asana, ClickUp, Notion, Google, does not matter. And that to me was just like, it's like the power of implementation. And I'm not going to go negative here. It's really important to me that I get louder about this, specifically for my community, because here's why. I woke up this morning and I saw this post, and I'm going to read it to you. How to turn cheap digital products into customer getting machines that generate buyers for free in 7 days or less. And when I look at that, and having 6 years experience in implementing my system for selling a low ticket template, number one, I don't like cheap. I don't like that. I don't like that word. My templates start, I have one that starts at 19, one that starts at 27, and then another at 47. So I have 3 templates that I'm currently selling. And I've been in low ticket now for 20 years. But those templates have actually helped me to work with folks that will spend $5,000 with me, or they'll spend $18,000 or $25,000 with me. That's what that little template can do. And I like to put a lot of value in the template, and I like to simplify the friction point or problem that my customer is having. That is years of experience in evolving that system that now people can access inside a low ticket designer, right? That generate buyers for free. I feel like that's misleading. You, number one, you start by selling the template. And my goal in what I say for low ticket designer is to get to your first 100 customers. I don't want you to think about $1 million funnel. I don't want you to think about like all of the tech. I don't want you to think about all of those friction points that are going to prevent you from just getting your template out there and selling the first one. That first buy is going to be the best feeling than the 9,000th person who buys your template, because it's like validation. And to do that in 7 days or less, I feel that that's a little misleading as well. And so I bring that up, and it's not to be negative. I want to put more realistic parameters around launching a low ticket. The thing that I like about Turn What You Know into a template, it's specific. There's a lot of information out there right now about low ticket products. And then you, as the consumer, are left with, well, what is it that I do for a low ticket? What is my low ticket product? And I have a lot to say around pricing of that low ticket, because when he does talk about, I almost revealed who it was, generate buyers for free, there's a certain price point that you need to start with, because when you do want to grow and scale your low ticket, ad costs are rising. But You could have the unicorn. You know your customer so well. That's a whole other, that's an episode, a challenge. But where you know what it cost to acquire a customer, and if we start at a certain level with our templates, then it works for you. The math works for you. And this really is, it's the beginning of your funnel. The versatility of a paid template could be, they can purchase things inside of a funnel, and that's your business. That's what you do. It could be that this little template is a great complement to if you're speaking on stage, if you're doing live workshops. It could be that you've always wanted to launch a course. This template is the perfect first start. It could be that you want to have a lead gen, but it's a paid lead gen, because I know how hard it is. Those freebie seekers, I know how hard that is to then convert them into a paying customer. I would rather have a list of paying customers that I nurture, that I share information with. And when I think about something, hey, do you guys like this? Let me know what it is you need. I want to serve my customer in that way. And I think that's what we all want to do. And so I'm going a little long today, but it is the awareness of, I need to be louder about this topic for my person, my community. And I need to share realistic expectations on how you can launch a low ticket template. I also need to make it accessible, because there's one slide that I said was really, really hard for me to share. And that slide was that I'm a homeschooling soccer mom that turned a Trello template into $1 million funnel. And even saying that right now, like I get a little emotional. I don't even know why I get emotional. But all of that to say, and I did say this yesterday, all that to say is that there is nothing special about me. Nothing special about me. I'm a homeschooling soccer mom. And if I can do it, I know you can do it. And I ended the training with my daughter's quote, and I promise you that I am going to get a t-shirt. I'm going to get a t-shirt. You've heard me say it before. And I even said in the room, tell me what I'm going to say. You've heard me say this before. We were hiking up the side of a mountain. Maggie was behind me. And I was really, really frustrated with myself because my fitness level wasn't where it needed to be. And I needed to get up that hill. And I knew that I was like the friction point behind everybody in my family getting up that hill. And she pushed me up on the butt, and we got to the top, and she said, Mom, you can't start where you want to finish. And I think the perfect marriage to that phrase is you just have to start. And so I want to help my community start with a low ticket template. And there should be, right below this video, there should be a link for you to watch the replay. I think we're going to get really fancy because I have a vanity URL for it as well. Turn what you know into a template.com. It's probably not there yet, but you can't start where you want to finish. I mean, I've been doing it for 6 years now and I'm still not done. But the most important thing is you just have to start. All right. Take care. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon.